the History Chaser, bringing you history by land, sea, and air. When people think of World War II, many images come to mind. The formations of bombers filling the skies over their targets, armies in battles from the forests of Europe, the deserts of Africa to the jungles of Asia and the Pacific. And don't forget the armored beasts of the Russian T-34s, the Germans' Big Cats, and of course the American M4 Sherman. A fixture of the U.S. effort in World War II, this tank went on to serve in many armies across the world and across the decades. The M4 Sherman, officially medium tank M4, was named by the British after the American Civil War General William Tecumseh Sherman. The M4 Sherman proved to be reliable, relatively cheap to produce, and available in great numbers. It was also the basis of several other armored fighting vehicles, including self-propelled artillery, tank destroyers, armored recovery vehicles, and dozens of prototypes. Tens of thousands were distributed through the Lend-Lease program to the British Commonwealth, Soviet Union, and other Allied nations. The M4 Sherman tank evolved from the M3, a medium tank developed by the United States during the early years of World War II. The M3, also known by its service names Grant and Lee, was characterized by a unique design that featured the main armament mounted in a side sponson. Despite the M3's effectiveness, the tank's unconventional layout and the limitations of its hull-mounted gun prompted the need for a more efficient and versatile design, leading to the development of the M4 Sherman. The M4 Sherman retained much of the mechanical design of the M3, but it addressed several shortcomings and incorporated improvements in mobility, firepower, and ergonomics. One of the most significant changes was the relocation of the main armament, initially a 75mm gun, into a fully traversing turret located at the center of the vehicle. This design allowed for more flexible and accurate fire control, enabling the crew to engage targets with greater precision than was possible on the M3. Additionally, the M4 featured a one-axis gyro stabilizer, which, while not precise enough to allow for accurate firing while in motion, helped keep the gun roughly aimed in the direction of the target when the tank came to a stop. This feature proved useful in ensuring the tank could quickly take aim after halting to fire, enhancing its effectiveness in combat. The development of the M4 Sherman emphasized key factors such as reliability, ease of production, and standardization. The U.S. Army and the designers prioritized durability and maintenance ease, which ensured the tank could be quickly repaired in the field. A critical aspect of the design process was the standardization of parts, allowing for streamlined production and the efficient supply of replacement parts. Additionally, the tank's size and weight were kept within moderate limits, which facilitated easier shipping and compatibility with existing logistical and engineering equipment, including bridges and transport vehicles. These design principles were essential for meeting the demands of mass production and quick deployment. Using this, the Sherman became the most produced American tank of the conflict, with just over 49,000, including various specialized variants built. The ability to produce the Sherman in large numbers, combined with its operational flexibility and effectiveness, made it a key component of the Allied war effort. Its production volume surpassed that of any other American tank. In terms of tank production, the only World War II-era tank to exceed the M4's production numbers was the Soviet T-34, with approximately 84,070 units built. Meanwhile, a mere 1,300 German Tiger I's were constructed. On the battlefield, the Sherman was particularly effective against German light and medium tanks during the early stages of the war. Its 75mm gun and relatively superior armor provided an edge over the tanks fielded by Nazi Germany during this period. The M4 Sherman saw widespread use across various theaters of combat, including North Africa, Italy, and Western Europe. By 1944, the M4's armor and dual-purpose 75mm was inferior to increasing numbers of German upgraded medium tanks and heavy tanks, but was able to fight on with the help of considerable numerical superiority, greater mechanical reliability, better logistical support, and support from growing numbers of fighter bombers and artillery pieces. Later in the war, a more effective armor-piercing gun, the 76mm gun M1, was incorporated into production vehicles. For anti-tank work, The British refitted Shermans with a 76.2 millimeter Ordnance QF 17-pounder gun as the Sherman Firefly. Some were fitted with a 105 millimeter howitzer to act as infantry support vehicles. After World War II, the Sherman, especially the many improved and upgraded versions, continued to see combat service in many conflicts around the world, including the UN forces in the Korean War, with Israel in the Arab-Israeli wars, briefly with South Vietnam in the Vietnam War, and on both sides of the Indo-Pakistani War of 1965. Israel came to use and develop its own versions of the Sherman tank. The Israeli Ordnance Corps, seeking an upgrade, upgunned it using the 75mm CN-75 L61.5 from the French AMX 1375 light tank and the 105mm Model F1 from the French AMX 30 main battle tank, designated the M50 and M51 respectively. These Super Shermans, as they were often called, were remarkable examples of how a long obsolete design can be upgraded for frontline use. They saw combat in the 1967 Six-Day War, fighting Soviet World War II-era armor like the T-34-85, and also in the 1973 Yom Kippur War. The M50 and M51 Super Shermans were eventually retired from Israel in 1980 and were replaced by the much more modern Merkava platform. In 2018, Paraguay retired their last 3 Shermans from the Regimiento Escolta Presidencial, REP or Presidential Escort Regiment, which marked the end of military service of the final Sherman tanks in use anywhere in the world. Have you ever seen a Sherman in person? What is your favorite version? Comment down below. Support our channel by liking and subscribing so we can reach our goal of 1,000 subscribers. Also, check out our online store where you can pick up this M4 Sherman tribute shirt and other history-related items. See the info box for store link. Thank you and have a great day.